a specific type of plan. They're not going to wing it. They're not doing different stuff each time. And here's our map lineup now.
Belshire Beach, Metalopolis, Crossfire SE, Dual Site, Terminus Re, Zelmer Caverns, and if we get so far tasteless, if we are so lucky, it will be Crevasse to finish it off on.
By the way, guys, I hope you enjoyed the LG Cinema 3D finals. Which we casted before this. This is actually, I think that was actually one of the closest. In fact, that was, no, let's be honest. That was the closest finals we've ever casted for GSL.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
Well, Marine King Nest to you was pretty close as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it 100%.
I'm giving it to them.
All right.
You can hold it.
You do that?
I'm going to hold it back. I'm going to do it. All right.
I'm more conservative than you.
The first map is Belshire Beach, our newest map here at the GSL. Remember, each map requires a different strategy that they have planned. But what are their best
Marines in it? Will he try to divide up the forces of Polt?
All right, here we go.
Elevator time.
Into the main. And don't forget, these Marauders can be very helpful here. MMA might be in for a bit of a shock. Note the Marauders still in the back. The element of surprise is going to be there.
And dealing a lot of splash damage. MMA trying to get out of here and loses quite a few units. And suddenly Polt in a nice lead.
I want you guys to know we have an announcement. The GOM TV mobile service started. So go to m.gomtv.net. The GSL Season 1 webpage is now open. Just a few announcements we were informed to give you here. Back to the game. We have the command center almost finished here. The harassment isn't stopping.
And with Stim, that's going to give a lot away of what Polt is up to.
The medevac is getting low.
Yeah, he may in fact end up losing that, but this Stim attack Tasteless is going to be so difficult.
And you know, when you're harassing this much, you're not going to have a lot of units at home.
And he will take that down right away. Does not waste a Stim. Good move there by Polt. Can MMA hold?
And a Stim is going to be way too much damage way too quickly for him to deal with. Now, note, these are 3 depots. Even though theoretically MMA can make more units, if he's supply blocked, he certainly can.
And here we go. Can Polt get a kill off here?
He's getting a lot of SCVs. The tank a bit exposed here. You know, the SCVs can cover for the tank, but then at the end of the day, he's not going to have much of an economy here. And I think this may be GG in the next minute or two. The number of SCVs killed there was tremendous.
41 units lost. Holy crap. You know, he does have Banshees out. He has much better tech for MMA, so that's what he has actually going on. So he does have that expansion up. He does have better tech, but he's taking a lot of damage. Polt already has Stim researched. He can go ahead and do some more harassment if he wants. He could easily double expand here if he wants.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways he can go and still be ahead. And that's actually going to be even more difficult for MMA because there's no right answer for how exactly Polt can respond. It just, you know, as long as he stays on top of it. The Banshee's coming in here now. Now this... Go ahead,
I was going to say it's 11 SCVs to 30 SCVs, so hugely behind. And with Stim, that Banshee not going to be able to do anything. I'm surprised he even sent it in there. When your opponent has Stim, a half-health Banshee will not do all that much, unfortunately. Now, Polt with 3 times the economy is going to float out his expand.
He may just actually make a bunch of units and just bludgeon MMA.
Yeah, I think he may.
That's actually the most straightforward, easy way to win. And frankly, in game number 1, you don't need to double expand. You could. Now you could, but then, I mean, you're spreading yourself a little bit thin. You can just make so much more in attack. That may be what we're going to see here.
Well, we'll see. Siege mode is on the way for MMA. So if he sets up a nice siege line and Polt tries what you suggest, Tasteless, there is comeback possibility.
Yeah.
You know, if he can kill off an army or two, just keep producing his SCVs, catch up economically eventually, then he might be able to bring this game back.
Siege mode on the way, as you said, Artosis. The other factor, though, is that he can just drop the main.
Yeah, that's
quite
true.
And I think what we're going to see is, what I'm talking about, where he just sort of moves out and checks and says, can I kill you now? No? All right, I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. All right, don't leave Belshire Beach.
Stay right there.
I'm going to change that.
Don't check out. Elian's scouting exactly what's going on. MMA is going to want to go into super defensive mode now.
Now, MMA cannot hold his expansion. That's why he's turtling into his main.
Smart move. You know what, CVs just send there anyways. Kind of pointless. And that medevac is going to be down.
Whoa!
Nice placement there.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect him to actually scan and do that, but that's
And,
oh my God, he's actually going to get the orbital. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
And everything just going down. Polt bludgeoning, totally destroying poor MMA here.
And I would say expect GG now.
Yep. He cannot hold this.
No.
It is over. GG.
Occupying this upper location. Oh, excuse me. He might even just push here.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
Running down now, going to try to take out some barracks. And he's got to be careful. He does not want to leave those Marines out to die.
A little bit sloppy here with the Marines, but he's getting the orbital.
Well, can he get the orbital?
He's going to get it.
Oh my God! Polt takes down the orbital.
Polt is actually like a Terran with rabies right now. I don't even know how to describe this.
Oh my God, this guy is on top of his game, Tasteless.
Any other Terran would have turned around due to the siege tank fire, and that's not just our turret system you talk, and you can ask any expert Terran. This is actually startling to see somebody getting into his opponent's base and succeeding so unbelievably well.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it had to do with killing all those units before. And now he has a third base, while MMA, no third command center.
Yeah, he has to start over from scratch.
MMA has lost more units. He's lost more commands. And oh my God, here comes MMA trying to get the reinforcements.
He only sieges up.
And it looks like this time MMA gonna take down the army.
Well, he does have a lot of siege tank shots. He might be able to thin that out considerably, but now the medevac there changes everything.
Picks him up,
drops
him on the siege tanks. There you go. And he will end up taking out all those siege tanks. So big move there by MMA.
But at the same time,
no.
Polt controls the high ground here. Polt, though, not using his medevacs like MMA is to spot and make sure his siege tanks can shoot a little bit further.
Well, it looks like he is going to get flanked pretty soon here. Oh,
man.
No. MMA just keeps on sieging into Polt's tanks.
Bum rushes the medevac. MMA, there's not a battle. It seems like he can come out on top of.
This is looking bad, man. MMA taking more damage than he absolutely should have.
And you know what? This is smart. Polt might have been able to take on more there, but he doesn't need to. He can just back up. He has a third base. He's going to make MMA struggle, try to claw his way into just that one corner of the map that should already be his.
I got to tell you, man, MMA making some sloppy moves this game so far. But again, this is like we saw him against Spring King. First couple games didn't go so well, and then he turned it on. So maybe something like that's happening again, but Polt is looking invincible.
Yeah, he has the eye of the tiger right now. I don't know what else to say. He is really...
He has the claws of the tiger, the eye of the tiger. He has the tiger stripes.
He's got the tail, too.
He's got the back legs of Cheltenham
He's got the teeth. Basically, the tiger doesn't have any of his body parts left.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of sad. I mean, that tiger might have been endangered. Now, there's a sensor tower up. Now, Polt is being smart. He's just continuing to focus all the attention of this game to the upper left side of the map. That way, MMA isn't inside of his base. MMA isn't setting up a contain. MMA is just struggling to get an expansion. Now, there is no planetary here and only one siege tank, which these Marines can take on, but he sees the sensor tower, shoots it down, turns around, waits for the element of surprise to occur a little bit later on.
Well, it looks like another command center.
Oh, my God. Is this a glitch in the Matrix? Or is that just deja vu there? I don't know.
Well, MMA at this point, Tasteless, feels like Agent Smith is everywhere. And, well, he kind of is.
Well, if that's the case, then he needs to Neo it up right now. He's going to be in range. Going for the tanks, going for the Marines. Well, MMA will hold this. But, you know, at what cost? This is one of the rare situations where, in fact, Polt is allowed to lose his entire army because he killed off his opponent's command center for the second time.
Now, the one scary thing is a lot of siege tanks right now for MMA. It's a lot of siege tanks.
Well,
they're moving towards
7 to 6.
Yeah. But, you know, with those siege tanks, and Polt is spread out a little bit, MMA can kind of choose his place to go and siege up, and it's going to be, Polt has to really be very careful with where he moves his army right now. This is the one moment in the game that MMA can actually do some damage.
All right, let's see if he can pull it off. Polt, maybe I'm making a mistake here, but whenever I say something like that, Polt's like, no, Tasteless, just goes in there and kills everything. All right.
And
look at this, man. I've never seen a Terran vs. Terran look like this.
No, never, never. Polt just rolling through everything.
This may be GG. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. GG.
And here comes the Banshee, and that is huge!
And this is a jaw-dropping moment for MMA.
He's going to be unhappy about that when he actually realizes, but apparently never looks at the minimap, so he doesn't.
Yeah, he did not even turn around. He's like, wait a minute.
There we go.
Is that a gold base?
Uh-oh.
Spaghetti-O. All right. And the Marines now, because, well, the Marines are going to have enough time to, you know, basically save the day here. So the gold base cannot be picked up by just the Banshee.
Banshee getting in some good kills, but again, that gold base just doing too much, Tasteless.
And, you know, I think MMA is doing a good job of utilizing that, making sure 2 patches can't be mined, but still, MMA is behind, basically.
Well, we see he's starting to get a lot of SCVs out. Well, it's 14 against 12, so enough have been killed, but with that gold base and the mules way ahead, the bunker, I mean, the factory floating in.
Yeah,
Bunker, that's
just so you guys know, he's scouting that with the factory. He says, can I kill everything up here? And yes, you can.
And he's going for it.
But the Blue Flame Hellions are doing a lot of damage to the Marines. Had those not have been there, this game would look quite different.
Oh
now
my God.
is MMA's chance. MMA zips out of his base. The factory is destroyed, but more importantly, MMA moves out of his base. He can go to the gold base.
Yeah, and that's where he's going, Tasteless. He is sending those blue flames straight down. Oh, the Banshee's still getting kills.
Bad
that's
control there by
sloppy.
Polt, yeah.
He should have stimmed and run right in, could have taken it out.
All right, he's going to stim and mow down nice, only stimming 1 there.
Yep, sending it ahead so splash damage doesn't own up his Marine pack. And that Banshee...
You know, he needs to get a Viking out and drive that out.
He needs to do something, Tasteless, because that Banshee is just a hero.
Well, it's making the gold base nowhere near as effective. I sat there for a minute trying to think of the big word, and nothing came. Effective does the job. Now, once again, Polt, and I normally you don't think the style's going to work, but I guess, you know, what he's doing is he's keeping MMA on 1 base. He's actually doing what we rarely see or encourage in StarCraft, is unit trading.
Yeah. Well, with the gold base, that's something he can absolutely do.
Yeah, but I mean, he's done it every game.
Yeah.
He just actually throws everything at his opponent, and he's like, all right, you're still on 1 base. I'm going to take a 3rd base, throw everything at you again. Here we go again.
There we go.
He needs to get the Blue Flame Hellion. He does. MMA without stim here, but Polt has to back up.
And that Viking dealing a lot of damage, taking out a medevac. Polt has got to change his strategy from here. It's no longer working. He's got to change it up. 23 SCVs to 21. And, well, we do have a Viking over here finally to stop that Banshee harassment. It's a good part of the Terran music, that's why I'm being quiet.
Yeah, this is the best part of the Terran song right here. All right. Finally, there's a Viking out of there. Can you see Wolf off camera like I can?
Yeah, man, he's wiggling around.
He's like wiggling around in
Every
his
time
chair
an
with
SCV dies, the guy almost has a heart attack.
Yeah, he almost falls out of his chair. I wish he was back in the audience so we could try to play Where's Wolf Though every time we get an audience shot. Now here's
a lot of units he's going to have to spread very well. There are Armor Otters in here to help with the siege tanks, but
he needs to get rid of these Marines if he wants to get to the siege tanks. No, he goes right over the siege tanks.
Okay. And it looks like Polt does a ton of damage with that. Very well done.
And you know, here's the funny part about this is, even though MMA is driving him out, where are the siege tanks now? The MMA doesn't have them.
Yeah.
Where's the additional base from MMA? He doesn't have that either.
He doesn't
He's
even
stuck.
have stim.
Yeah.
You know, he's actually walking around with unstim Marines with no combat shields.
Yeah. I mean, Polt's just stronger.
If I'm a Marine, I'm not fighting those stimmed combat shield Marines.
Well, you and me wouldn't fight
shield.
anyways, man. We would just get out of there, man. We're like nice pacifist guys, you know?
Yeah.
All right, the Marauders coming out, SCVs being transferred now. This really shows how confident Polt is on the map now. He's like, all right, let's go and throw some of these SCVs over here.
Well, he keeps killing the powerful units of his opponent, and that's just so important when you're doing a build like this.
If Polt wins this game, I want to emphasize again, he's 1 win away from 100K. Okay, it's getting more and more ugly. We may even see Polt expand again. I don't know if Polt's planning on going into the main here, but he can easily make sure that there's nowhere that MMA is going to expand. All right, he scans and says, you know what? I'm Polt. I'm just going to go in his base and kill him.
Oh, that had a siege tank in it, and this is it, actually.
Yeah, this is actually the GG moment.
That is it.
GG.
3-0.
Over here.
It's a funny place to guard. Does deal some damage to that Reaper. Now he knows there is a Reaper out there.
Now, he'd used this rush against Marine King.
Some SCVs coming.
And it failed, so Polt was obviously watching that game. Polt is going to remember the strategy if he sees it.
And up come some Marines. There's no Ghost quite yet. Just taking out this depot for now. Oh! 6 snipes! And Polt might be in trouble, Tasteless!
He took out one depot. If he gets this one, it's going to be a supply block.
Indeed it is.
And it's in the red.
Takes out the SCV there.
And now he is supply blocked. He will have to bring SCVs.
What does Polt have to hold this? He's going to have to bring his SCVs. He's going to have this Hellion.
Now he has one Hellion out here.
And that's going to help. Obviously, it does a lot of damage to these Marines as they're light units.
And, okay, as this game goes on, he's taking the gold base. This is a good move with a strategy like this because, of course, your opponent is so caught off guard by seeing Ghosts. It's like, what? That he might not even think about him taking the gold base. He might not know what to expect next, which is what's beautiful about builds like this. He's probably like, oh, he's probably going to tech into Banshees or Siege Tanks. No, man, he's taking the gold base.
Banshee is out. Now I think that MMA has learned his lesson with this build against Banshee, and he should not take as much damage as he did against Marine King. No cloak. Do have another barracks on the way. Supplement his new income with that gold base.
Now he's sending SCVs. Now that's a little bit of a giveaway. I think MMA is probably cringing in his seat right now with those SCVs going by. Because Polt is probably saying, wait a minute, he's either rushing me with those or...
And a bunker is up, very smart by Polt. Put up that bunker.
Uh-oh.
7
same
kills,
way that
8
he
kills.
lost this build, he might lose again. Okay.
Uh-oh, Tasteless.
I don't see this game going on much longer, and it's going to be a miracle, by the way, if he has a win with this. He literally pulled all SCVs off.
Polt can't even find anything to kill now.
He's
killed
like,
everything.
This place is a ghost town. And now he sees the expansion.
Everything going
wrong. It's starting to look like a 4-0 here. EMP on there to make sure the Banshee has no energy to cloak.
A very nice EMP.
Yeah, that was well done by him, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here.
Oh! A mess up there by Polt. Little mess up. It's all right, though. We have 37 SCVs against 16. Is that? Might be 18, might be 15. But that is a huge difference. About twice as many SCVs.
That's pretty gutsy by him to send that in.
Well, he's the Daredevil Terran, Tasteless.
He is, man. He sends that flying over the Grand Canyon, you know, with no gasoline. Sorry, go ahead.
And it goes down. All right, so nice EMP once again. Taking that out.
You know, he's got to be careful. He just lost a lot of Banshees in a short period of time. And MMA does have the gold base. Now, with this small force moving down there, that might all change, but
yeah, he's going to want to take that out immediately.
There's a ghost here. Nice.
Does not even get his snipes off. And with that siege tank in there, he will take out these Marines easily, and suddenly, MMA, maybe not so suddenly, but MMA is in a terrible spot right here, Tasteless.
Yeah. This is getting a little bit ugly here.
He doesn't even have units on the way to save this.
Yeah, he's actually going to just try to, well, I guess he's going to line up his SCVs and let him get shot in the back.
43 SCVs to 13. If MMA were to come back from this, that would truly be a sight to see.
And then, you know, it had to not just be him playing, but MacGyver, Batman, and everybody from the Green Lantern.
X-Men too.
Yeah, that would help.
Oh, nice move right there by MMA. And just way too much coming up, man.
You know, this again, I think Polt can go right back into what he's been doing normally, which is just making stuff and sending it to MMA, outmaneuvering him.
And he has through that command center, but in comes Polt. He's got that cloak Banshee, the siege tanks. Takes out all of these Marines, no problem. And GG!
We have a champion. Our biggest prize winner yet. You are looking at one rich nerd ball.